Welcome to Medrash Rabbah on the Torah. Here we are in Parshas Ki Tetzeh. We are going to discuss the Medrash Rabbah about the mitzvah of tzara'as, which is in the sixth aliyah. The specific part that the Medrash is going to describe is the reason and the motive behind the tzara'as on the houses. Now we're all familiar with the reason in regards to the Lashon Hara being the cause of tzara'as, but this Medrash gives a different cause to it. And it goes as follows. It's in the name of Rabbi Yitzchak. He gives this, he's the author of this explanation. And he says like this. He says, in order to describe the cause of this tzara'as, he describes the nature of humans, which the tzara'as is coming to really fix and educate. And he says like this. He says, he gives an example. He says, somebody asks his friend, can you lend me your axe? And the friend tells him, and he says, the reason why I need it is to chop my tree. The friend tells him, you know what, I don't have one, sorry. So says Rabbi Yitzchak, this is because he has Ein Ra. He may actually have it, but he's not doing it because he has Ein Ra. We'll describe soon what this Ein Ra is. And he says another example is, he asks him, next day he comes, he says, I need your kavara, I need your sieve, a sifter. He tells me, you know what, sorry, I don't have a sifter either. What's the cause? Why is he saying this, even though it may not be true? Because again, he has this Ein Ra mentality. What is that? We'll see soon. So it says the Medrash, this is the reason why it's described in the Sefer Vayikra in regards to the tzara'as of the house, that the kohen, before he comes and tells him that you have tzara'as, we make sure that you take out all the stuff in the house. And what is the point that says the Medrash? It says Rabbi Yitzchak. The point of that is, because now people are going to see all these items coming out of his house. They're going to see this axe that he claimed he didn't have. They're going to see this sieve, the sifter that he claims he didn't have. And what's going to happen? People are going to say, oh look, these are the exact items he didn't want to lend us, and he claims he didn't have. And people are going to understand from this, what caused this? Because he had this Ein Ra. So we see, what's this Ein Ra? This Ein Ra is basically people are having a very stingy eye, not allowing people to use their items. Almost, feeling that this belongs to me, and, I don't want to lend to other people. I'm afraid it's going to get ruined. I'm afraid it's going to, for whatever reason, I don't want to give to this person, whatever reason it might be. It might be justified, it may not be, but he's being stingy about it. So it says the Medrash, this is the point of why God put this tzara'as on the house. It's not meant as a punishment. This is meant to mend and shape a person's reactions. That a person naturally feels, this is mine, I don't want to get ruined, I don't want other people to ruin it. Therefore, I'm going to protect it as much as I possibly can. May sound humanly and maybe even morally justifiable. But the Medrash says God is trying to correct this. God wants that people should recognize the opportunity for their items to be able to use other people, through other people. If it's possible, lend it out. Otherwise, I will force you to do it in one way or another. And this is one tool that God has at his dispense, which is tzara'as, will lead to this idea. So, what do we see from this Medrash? That there are certain types of natural things that we are accustomed to doing, reactions, that we on our own won't necessarily come to changing those things. So God has his tools in the world, has these, these, so to speak, natural causes that will bring us to do that, whether we like it or not, and it's for our better. So we must always have our eyes open to these things, that we can actually come to the positive effect of these seemingly negative ideas. Have a good Shabbos.